Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Chad here from BetHubb.com. It's not often that we spend a lot of time breaking down the sport of golf unless it's regarding Tiger Woods or some of the major events that are taking place in the world, especially at this time of the year when it's pretty much the dead part of the season. However, there was a story that got my attention that I have to share with everybody because it's so unique and it really proves some of the character and integrity that some of these professional golfers have that maybe you don't quite see as often in the other sports that we focus so much of our attention on. A fellow by the name of Blayne Barber from Auburn, Alabama, had appeared to have qualified for the second round of Q School. And just to quickly summarize exactly what this whole Q School thing is all about for the audience that isn't quite familiar with it, the PGA Tour only gives out a certain amount of cards to play on their tour every single year. And after the season ends, there's a certain allotment of additional cards that are handed out based on a certain amount of people that qualify at Q School, which has a massive 6-round tournament towards the end of November. Now, not everybody just gets into this 6-round tournament. There's several qualifying stages based on the region you're at in the United States in order to get even into that bigger event, the 6-rounder that I'm talking about. So this Blayne Barber here shot well enough to finish tied for 4th in his round and move on to the second round. However, after some pondering for the last few days, he realized that he had made a mistake on the golf course by moving a leaf, which meant that when he signed his scorecard at the end of the round that it was incorrect. And if he had caught himself at that time and realized and still assessed the 2-stroke penalty at that time, he still would have finished in the top 18 and moved on to the next qualifying stage. But because this has now come into his mind and decided to act on it 6 days later, he automatically becomes disqualified. And when I found out about this, I was just almost in tears for this guy because it shows a tremendous character and integrity and honesty that he has, because it would be so easy to not report this and get away with it based on the fact that these kind of events really don't get a ton of publicity and media coverage like the majors and pretty much every PGA Tour event that is televised on a major broadcasting network. And furthermore, when you think about where he's at in his career, it'd be so easy to just, look the other way now because he's that much closer to getting his PGA Tour card. And these are obviously the big goals that all professional golfers strive for. And, we look at the lifestyle of golfers, and many people think, man, is it luxurious and glamorous? They make millions of dollars just to walk around a golf course and swing a club. Even the guys that finished 100th on the money list every year, they still get over $1 million. Well, you know what? For the 125 guys that have their cards, there's thousands of guys that are trying to get them. And those thousands of guys that are grinding it out on all the smaller tours, they barely get by on a weekly basis, because for every single dollar they make in purse money, so much of that is going to their expenses just to even get to the tournaments, practice, and move around their families. I really don't think people understand how difficult it is. So if you would think there'd be one time a golfer would maybe look the other way and know that maybe he cheated deep down inside and he could get away with it, this would be the exact time. Because it's so easy for someone who's already a made millionaire and has won their tournaments with all the public attention on them to just concede and make it seem like there's some sort of hero when they're probably going to get caught anyways. But it takes even more pride and more deep down integrity to just come forward and admit something like this. It really is just unbelievable, because I do believe he would have gotten away with this. And, you just see this guy's Twitter account and all the positive comments he has after. It really is just a tremendous story. And if there is such a thing as golf gods out there, you would hope that they would work in Blayne Barber's favor here in the future. And if you believe in such a thing as positive fate and things moving forward based on the way you live your life, you have got to believe it should favor him in the future here. This guy's automatically moved up into my top list of favorite golfers based on the way he's handled himself. And it really is a treat to see some of these guys come forward and act in this way here in the sport of golf. Because, you know what, you see it not happen nearly enough in the other sports that are out there. I'm not saying that everybody's perfect on the PGA Tour by no stretch of the imagination. There's plenty of evil and bad things that are going on. But I don't think it's comparable to the 4 other major sports we see out there, whether it's in football with these guys demanding flags even if they didn't get hit just to try to get some extra yardage out of things, or whether it's in hockey with the diving, or in basketball the flopping, or in baseball with the steroids. Everybody's trying to take shortcuts. Everybody's trying to one-up another and get an angle in and somehow cheat even if it's in a slight way. So that's why I think there's a little bit more integrity in the sport of golf, and there's a reason why it's called the gentleman's sport because of that. And it really makes me happy to know and provide pride for me that I'm a big fan of the PGA Tour and what they do out there. I'm a firm believer in guys actually having to earn their living based on the actual results they get in the sports world, instead of these guys being handed down millions of dollars and then just fucking off and not doing anything for the duration of their contract. And then the second the owners want to have a drawback or want to lock them out, they start crying to the moons that it's not good enough for them when the owners endure all the risk. You know what it's like on the PGA Tour? If you don't perform, you don't get paid. If you perform, you make money. As simple as that. They work on commission. And having done that from a sales perspective in my life, I have tremendous respect for people that are willing to go out there and put their whole lives on the line and know that the only way they're going to get paid is by their own results instead of a guaranteed contract. So that's what I have to say there about the Blayne Barber situation. It's BetHubb.com. You guys can check out the link below. Even though the golf season is not in full effect right now, we know next year when it gets back on schedule, you guys are going to be wagering it on that. And for now, you can still bet on all the other major sports out there. Football is in mid-season form, college and NFL. NBA is underway. NCAA Hoops is about to get started here. There are rumors that hockey might get the puck dropped here and salvage somewhat of a season. So make sure to hop on board if you don't already have an account. And if you do, make sure to take advantage of all the tremendous bonuses we have going on right now. Get out there, start betting your friends, proposing wagers, trash talking them, and having a lot of fun while watching the sports that take place on a daily basis. Once again, Chatham, BetHubb.com.